Okay, guys, the first two parts of our plan, the introduction and the description. Let's get right to it. What can we say to start our voice message correctly? The first thing I'd like you to do here is choose a name that you really like. It might be your best friend's name, or just a name that sounds cool. Use it in this task to make yourself feel a little bit more comfortable, as if you are really sending a voice message to a dear friend who loves you and wants you to succeed. I like the name Amelia, for example. So I'm starting my voice message with, "Hi Amelia, I have found 2 pictures for project jobs and I'd like to discuss them with you." That's it, guys. That is our introduction. Jobs is the topic of the project that I saw where? In my task, right here. You should take the name of the project from the task and you don't have to paraphrase. Just use the words from the task. It's okay. Next, we are moving on to our descriptions. Now the task says, explain the choice of the illustrations for the project by briefly describing them and noting the differences. I suggest we do this in 3 steps. Step number 1. I believe, or I think, or to my mind, or in my opinion, these pictures are a great choice for our project because they depict 2 types or 2 kinds of something that you have in your pictures, right? Step 2. Here we can say who, what, and where we say. But guys, only the facts that make it clear why you chose these pictures for the project. For example, in the first picture, there is or there are something that you see in the first picture. And the second picture shows blah blah blah. Or in the first picture we can say blah blah blah, while the second picture depicts blah blah blah. It seems that, or what seems like. Guys, these 2 last phrases are very useful when you don't really understand what's happening there in the pictures, right? So when you use them, you're kind of ensuring that the expert doesn't give you a logical or factual mistake, right? What seems like, or it seems like something is happening. Okay, step 3. There are some obvious differences between the photos. The main difference between the pictures is that while in the first we say what's happening in the first picture, and after a while what's in the second, right? To add one more difference, we can say another important difference is that or the most striking difference lies in the type of in addition, or on the contrary, are some other ways to add information here. Guys, you will find all of these useful phrases in your scripts too. Now, I'd like us to have a look at our task for more detail and try to make these first 2 steps together, right? The only thing we need for our first 2 parts of the plan are the topic of the project and the photos. Let's see them. Okay, so a fast food worker and an office worker. The topic is jobs. Let's see our first example answer and we'll talk about good and bad points in it. Hi Kate, I found 2 photos for project jobs and I'd like to discuss them with you. In my opinion, these pictures are perfect for a project because they show 2 different types of labor. In the first picture, we see a man who is handing a drink to a customer. The second picture shows a person who is standing in a business center with his computer. The main difference between these 2 pictures is that the man in the first photo is smiling. He seems very happy, while the man in the second photo looks a bit serious. In addition, in the second photo, we can also see some other people, while the first photo only depicts one guy. So, guys, does that sound like a good answer to you? Well, it's not, to be honest with you, but there are some good points here. Let's have a look at them. First of all, the use of synonyms, right, is pretty cool. The topic is jobs, right, but the person isn't just saying jobs, jobs, jobs all over, but this person is using words labor, right, which is, well, a synonym of work, right? This person also uses linking words, right? Linking phrases, like in my opinion, and the main difference between the second picture shows, right? So everything is good, there is good structure here, but the choice of the differences is not good. Why is it not good? Well, these differences, guys, are not connected to the topic of the project. Or maybe they are, but the person didn't draw that connection, right? So the fact that the main difference is that the man in the first photo is smiling, while the man in the second photo looks serious. How is that connected to the topic of jobs? Well, it is not, right? And the other difference also won't be accepted because the second difference is about the amount of people, right? In the first photo and in the second, like there is one guy in the first and many people in the second. That is not connected to the topic of our project, right? Or at least, well, we don't know how because this person didn't tell us. So guys, again, your differences and your descriptions have to be connected to the topic of the project, and you have to actually say how they're connected, right? Let's have a look at the second answer. Hi Alex, I found 2 photos for project jobs and I'd like to discuss them with you. I believe that these pictures are perfect for our project because they showed 2 popular occupations. In the first picture, we see a man who is handing a drink to a customer. He seems to be working at a fast food restaurant. The second picture shows a person who is standing in a business center with his computer. He's probably an office worker. The main difference between these 2 pictures is that they show 2 different types of jobs. The first photo depicts unskilled labor, while in the second photo we can see a skilled worker. In addition, the man on the left needs to wear a uniform at his place of work. On the contrary, the man on the right is wearing his clothes of choice, although I'm pretty sure he has a dress code at his company as he is wearing a suit. All right, that is much better. Do you feel the difference? This person actually draws the connection, right, between the differences and, well, they choose the differences based on the topic of the project, right? The first difference is between skilled and unskilled labor, right? Just to remind you, those are like unskilled labor doesn't need a higher education, right? Anyone can learn how to do it. Well, if you have the skills, of course. And skilled labor needs some special training, right? So that is like directly connected to the topic of our project, right? And the second difference is in the clothes, right? And again, the person doesn't just say, okay, this person is wearing this and that person is wearing that. They say how that thing is connected to our topic jobs, right? One is a uniform, the other one has a dress code. And, well, this person also uses synonyms, right? Even more of them. Jobs, occupations, labor, right? That's very good. And all the connecting phrases are here, right? Again, I believe the first picture is that, the second picture shows this, the main difference, on the contrary, right? Lots of connecting phrases, that is also very good for us. Guys, in this video, we've talked about the first 2 parts of our voice message, the introduction and the description of the photos. I've given you several phrases that you can use while you're doing this task. We've also looked at particular example answers and discussed what's good and bad in them. Next, we are moving on to advantages and disadvantages. Watch the next video to find out the best way to cover these 2 points of your plan. And don't forget to do the exercises under this video.